small business can't compete at the top. We pulled up to the federal table and we didn't stop. Read every document, go round every page. This ain't luck, this is training, we're earning our wage. You want the contract and you gotta put in work. Study the solicitation, don't you dare lurk. Find your soul, get your growth. Price it right, submit that proposal, it's your time tonight. Try, learn the game, submit, stake your claim. That's the aim. Proposal Pro Academy, remember the name. Train, submit, win. 400,000 businesses registered and waiting, only 3 this average. Somebody's hesitating, not us, not here. We came to play. PPA taught us everything we need to say. We don't just dream it, we do it. We do it. We don't just see it, we summit it. Matter of dollars on the table. Small business we are. All try. Submit. Proposal Pro Academy. Small business can't compete at the top. Yeah, welcome in everybody. It is time tonight. We got a good topic tonight. I'm going to give y'all some time to get in. What's going on? Not PJ. What's going on, PJ? What's up? Let's see. Jahamo. What's going on? RCDA. What's up with these names? Not here. We came to play. PPA taught us everything. All right, y'all. Get ready for tonight's topic because a lot of y'all don't know about this. If y'all like this song, this is my new theme song, Proposal Pro Academy. Better royalty. Welcome to today's live. Yeah, I finally got to figure out the music kind of a little bit. I don't know. Y'all can let me know in the comments if y'all heard that or if it sounded okay. I don't know, but I be trying to have the music on. I'm going to start my lives every night with that music so y'all can come in, get situated, get y'all questions ready. Because tonight, baby, we are talking about something that most of you guys are always clueless about. What happens after you do this one thing? And we're going to get into that tonight. But before we do, let's get all the things out the way. I want you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you subscribe on my YouTube or my Instagram. Hit that follow button if you're on my TikTok. And make sure, guys, you have your questions because, at the end of the night, I am going to ask you for the questions that you have. So we're going to be pumping that up. And then we're going to turn back on the music. And then we're going to dance up on out of here because y'all know my lives are short. So let's get in, get out, and get it done. Okay, tonight's topic. Y'all, we are talking about something, once again, that I know you guys be so confused about what happens after. Okay, if you're on my TikTok, you see the title, What Happens Next After You Submit, on YouTube and Instagram. I don't know if it's on Instagram, but on YouTube and Instagram, that's what we're talking about tonight. What happens after you submit your proposal? Am I waiting for the next proposal? Am I waiting for a response? Do I just stop until I'm awarded? What happens after you submit? So tonight we're going to go over some things that you should be doing after you submit your first proposal. You might be shocked by some of them. Once again, if you're not following, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button as we get into the lesson. And save your questions to the end because I am here to help you out. All right. Pull my earphones out. Hold on. Let's get into it. What happens after you submit? So you've learned how to submit. You've called subcontractors, which is the scariest part, right? Y'all think that's the scariest part. You called your subcontractors, you stalked them, and you actually got a quote. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. You finally got a quote. You look at the quote, you put your money on top. How much y'all putting on top? Put it in the comments. I just want to see how much money y'all trying to make out of doing this. Go ahead and drop it in the comments. How much money are you trying? I don't care what the proposal about. Just throw some type of money up in there. How much money are you putting on top of this proposal? How much money do you want to make on this proposal? Go ahead and throw it in the comments. Okay, so you got your proposal, you got your money, you put it on top. Okay, you get your proposal together, you make it look nice and pretty, and you put them all together, and you put it in the email, and you write down the contract officer, copy and paste the contract officer email in there, because it's best to do that so you don't have no errors. But copy and paste the contract officer's email in there, and then you hit the send button. Ooh, so you finally submitted your first proposal. And now you're wondering, what now? Well, there's a few things you could be doing while you wait to see if you've been awarded. First things first. Is the expiration date. Are you submitting on the expiration date? That's the question I want to ask you first things first, because that will kind of determine what you do next. Have you submitted on the expiration date? If you not the expiration date, the due date. If you submitted on the due date, maybe an hour before, I don't recommend you do that. But if you did, you still good, you in time. If you submitted on the due date, then good. There is no pre-work, which I call, to continue doing for that solicitation. Now, if you have not submitted on a due date, meaning you submitted 5 days early, a week early, however many days early, I'm going to tell you this, okay? You need to pay attention to that solicitation until the due date. Now, you're going to be like, well, Trinell, I already submitted. What I got to be paying attention? Shouldn't I just move on? If you submitted on the due date, yes, you can move on. We're going to talk about what you should be doing after that. But if you submitted early because you are early bird, you like, I'm about to get this thing, get out the way so I don't have to worry about it. There is one thing you should be doing before you completely forget. Because y'all remember my saying, submit, forget, but follow up, right? So before you forget the proposal and go do something else, there is one thing you should be doing if you submitted your proposal early. Anybody want to take a guess what that is? Put it in the comments. I'll have no music. Isn't that The Price is Right? I don't know. Whatever. Anybody want to take a guess what you should be doing? Go ahead, drop it in the comments. If not, I'm going to tell y'all. But y'all know, listen, y'all know how my lives are. A lot of energy. I want participation. I'm here for you. So if I'm asking you a question, go ahead, throw them comments in the comments so I can feel like I'm talking to somebody instead of just myself, okay? But one thing you do, if you submit early, what you're going to do is you need to continue looking at that solicitation until the due date has passed. Now, why would I want to do that, Trinell? Why would I want to do that? Why? I submitted. Shouldn't I move on? Yes and no. Yes, because you submitted, that's good. But no, because guess what? All the way up until the due date, they can put out an amendment. Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Okay, Eugene, I see you, you see you, I see you. So up until the due date, they can put out an amendment. And if you've already submitted a week early because you big and bad, you like, I'm going to get it off my chest, and you don't pay attention to the solicitation, and you miss that amendment, guess what? You can be disqualified, because even though you submitted early, you need to be paying attention. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Okay, that was a glare. The door was open. You should be paying attention to that solicitation until the due date, because an amendment can be posted. And guess what happens with amendments? When amendments are posted, that means you have to either acknowledge the amendment, that it was acknowledged. You have to sign the amendment and send it back. Sometimes you got to send multiple copies back. It just depends on what the amendment says. But you still have work to do. I know that's crazy. And let me tell you how I found that out. So I was submitting the proposal early. I thought I was being bad. I thought I was being responsible. I thought I was doing the right thing. I submitted that bad boy. And I started moving on and doing other stuff. Come to find out, my proposal got thrown out. And I'm like, oh, why? Why is my proposal getting thrown out? I submitted early. Oh, I'm sorry. We never received the amendment from you. What amendment? What you talking about? There was nothing on the. When I submitted, keyword, when I submitted, there was no extra documents. Whoa, well, the amendment was posted the day the day of the proposal, 1 hour before. And guys, let me tell you something. Amendments can be posted anytime before the due date. So if a due date is June 2nd, 8 p.m., they technically, I don't think they do this close, but they technically could post an amendment June 2nd, 7:55 p.m. Now, I don't know if there is like a cutoff rule, and I hope there will be, because that's some bull crap if they do that. But yes, when you submit early, you're not finished submitting until that proposal ends. Okay? If you submit it on the day the proposal ends at the time, like, that's fine. And I'm going to tell you something I recommend you guys do. For those who want to submit early, it's perfectly fine to do that. But once again, you have to check that proposal at least the day of the due date. That way, if anything has been posted, you can catch it, you can do whatever. And I actually recommend you guys to schedule out the proposal to be posted. Oh, some of y'all ain't think about doing that, huh? I know, that's why y'all watching me. I got you. Schedule out the proposal. Get your proposal, put it in your Gmail, Yahoo, whatever account you use, and schedule it out June 2nd, 8 p.m. I would schedule it out 5 minutes before, like 7:55. Don't do it at 8 p.m. because, maybe your internet go out. and now you stuck. So do it at least 5 to 10 minutes ahead, but schedule it out so you don't have to worry about it. But for those of you who want to submit early, make sure you pay attention to those solicitations because you could have amendments. Okay, so that's the first thing you do. All right, now say you submitted there was no amendments, you all good to go, right? So remember my motto: submit, forget, but follow up. All right, so you submitted. Now you need to forget that you submitted. What? That didn't make sense. Hear me out. Forget that you submitted it and go submit something else. A lot of you guys submit a proposal and you wait there with a bated breath, waiting for the government to let you know if you won or not. Let me tell you something first of how this government works. First and foremost, the government works on their own time. So although you submitted the proposal, what you think you're going to get? Yeah, you're going to get told you won or didn't win like in a couple of days, 3 days, 4 days? Hell no. Now, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes they do let you know like maybe 3 days later because they desperate. But majority of the time, it's a few weeks later before you know you won. So if you're sitting around waiting for the government to get back to you to tell you if you won or not, guess what's not getting done, you guys? Guess what's not getting done? You're not submitting. You're not looking for more solicitations. You're not getting more quotes. You are sitting there waiting for the government to get back to you to let you know whether you won or you didn't. And guess what? Sometimes they don't even let you know that you didn't win. And I'm going to tell you why. Because, once again, yesterday, remember we talked about the CO actually being a human being and they having hundreds and hundreds of proposals to go through? They don't have time to message all y'all and let you know you won, you didn't win. They don't have time for that. So what they would do is, if you didn't win, they figured They'll see it on SAM.gov. Although they don't post it on SAM.gov anyway, which I got an issue with, because they're supposed to post how the award happened, whether, who they're supposed to post an award for that solicitation, who won it. So you can go back and check to make sure you didn't. But they don't do that. But they're not always going to tell you you did not win. So you sitting around waiting for them to contact you could be 6 months, could be never, because they might not contact you because they already had 200 people that submitted a proposal, and they are not about to sit there and contact 200 people. Although they only have to send one email, they're not about to put all them emails up in there. They're not about to do that. That's not about to happen. So what you should not do when you submit is wait. Move on, go to the next submission, go to the next proposal, continue getting quotes until you hear something from them. Okay? So, don't wait. Hey, yep, I'm talking to you right there. Do not wait. And you right there. Yep, I know you be waiting. Don't do it. Okay? Move on to the next proposal. All right? Next thing you should do after you submit a proposal, the next thing you should do is, oh shoot, I don't even have it. Oh, my prop, I don't have it. I want you to make sure that you have all your information for the proposal in some type of file, folder, contract organizer sold on Amazon. Hold on. No, that's right. I'm not going to get it. I'll have it tomorrow. I'll show you the contract organizer tomorrow. You should have your information in some type of folder. Now, while you're in the process of working on a proposal, you should already have your stuff organized. I'm a big proponent of being organized, y'all. I hope y'all organize out there, because let me tell you, the ones, and no shade if you do this, I promise, no shade. I'm not trying to call you out. But if you're that person who just grabs a sheet of paper and write stuff down on it because you don't have a dedicated notebook or dedicated file folder or dedicated something to write your information in, you're going to have a hard time. Because remember, you're not waiting after you submit. You should be submitting and submitting. So after one proposal submitted, you should submit it like 5 others. If you're that person who grabs a sheet of paper to write stuff down and scribble on, guess what? If the government calls you and say, hey, you won, or hey, your quote was XYZ, right? And you can't find that information, you're going to be stuck. So what I recommend you do after you submit it, this should be done while you're putting your proposal together. But if you don't, whatever. After you submit your proposal, put everything for that one proposal together in a file on your computer, Microsoft Word, notes, wherever you want to put it. If you like writing stuff out, I'm a writer, I like writing stuff out, put it in a file folder and store it for later, because you never know, the government could come back to you and say, hey, is this correct? Or hey, we saw you quoted for this, can you change it to this, or can you, whatever could happen, and you need to have that documentation available to you. Okay, so make sure you stay organized. It should be done before the proposal is submitted, but if you don't do it before the proposal is submitted, go ahead and do it after. Okay, that's one of the other things you should do. The next thing you should do, another thing you should do, I should say, after you submit your proposal, and this is something a lot of people don't do, and I teach this to my students every time, because I told y'all the story about what happened yesterday. Once you submit a proposal, you should always, every week, and I do 7 days. You can do 5 days. I don't recommend any less than 5 days. Actually, I don't recommend any less than 7 days, but you can do 5 days if you're anxious. Always follow up. Remember my saying? Submit, forget, and what? Follow up. Yes, you forgot that you submitted the proposal, but don't forget that you submitted the proposal where you don't follow up. A lot of the times, and I told you guys, it's happened to me 2 times. I think it's 2 times. It happened to me 2 times. Humans, they mess up. People mess up all the time. Contract officers have hundreds of solicitations that they have to go through every single day. They mess up. If you're not following up to make sure that you didn't accidentally get screwed over, okay? Not on purpose, hopefully not on purpose, but you didn't accidentally get screwed over, this is what's going to help you kind of move along with the submission process. Okay, I don't know if that made sense. I just lost my thought. I was trying to stick with my thought. I had lost it, so I don't know if y'all caught that, but anyway, but you know what I'm trying to say. Make sure you follow up with your subcontractors to make sure, hey, did I win? Hey, did you get my proposal? Hey, did you see my proposal? Was I the lowest bid? So anytime you're following up, as soon as you submit, this is what I highly recommend. Email the contract officer, even though you just email them maybe 5 minutes later. So this is how I go. You submit your proposal to the contract officer. Wait 5 minutes. Email them again and say, hi, I just submitted my final proposal. Can you please confirm confirmation? Now, I do put in the proposal, can you please confirm confirmation in there already? But like I said, they get hundreds of emails a day. They probably didn't get it. So I'm going to email them again and say, hi, I just sent the proposal. Can you please confirm the confirmation? And I will wait for them to confirm. If they do not confirm, then probably I'll wait 30 minutes and then send another email. I'm not going to give up until they confirm that they have received my email. I'm not doing it because twice, y'all know my story, twice it has happened to me. One time my email went to spam. They didn't even get it. The second time they accidentally awarded it to somebody else when I had the lowest price. Okay? So following up is very important. Now, after you follow up on the same day, guys, then excuse me, whatever day it is that you submitted your proposal, I use that day to follow up every week. So I submit a proposal on Monday, I follow up every Monday. I submit a proposal on Thursday, I follow up every single Thursday until they tell me, look, stop emailing me. Or until they tell me, oh, I'm sorry, you haven't been awarded. Or until they tell me, shh, girl, I'm about to award you. Dang, can you wait? Then I stop following up. But until one of those 3 things happen, I'm following up every week. Now, I'm not dwelling on it. It's just a habit. So I need y'all to get into the habit of when you submit to follow up. Just make it seem like how you get up in the morning, you brush your teeth. And I hope y'all brushing your teeth. How you get up in the morning, you brush your teeth. It's just like a habit. You don't even think about it. After you submit, it should just become a habit. You shouldn't even think about it. Okay? So submit. That was submit, forget, and follow up. Those are 3 things you should be doing when you submit your next proposal. All right? And I'm going to give y'all one more thing, and then I'm going to take questions. All right? So make sure y'all put your questions in the comments. I'm going to start off with TikTok, and then I'm going to head over to YouTube, and I'm going to head over to Facebook and Instagram and answer your questions. Okay. The last and final thing that I do after I submit a proposal, and I know a lot of y'all don't do this because I've been told by these people that people don't do this. So when I submit a proposal, remember that person that's going to be doing the work, the subcontractor? Yeah, y'all tend to forget about them. And even in a situation when y'all don't win the contract, y'all forget about them. Because y'all figure, oh, they just gave me the quote, whatever. But y'all not realizing these people are just like you, waiting for the government to tell you whether you are awarded or not. And you doing the same thing that the government is doing you, and that's not right. So what I do when I submit is I email the subcontractor and said, I've submitted our proposal. If I hear anything back, good or bad, I will let you know. I look forward to working with you. I can't wait until we win. Of course, I'm always say we gonna win because I'm putting it out there in the universe, right? But I do that. I send that, and I'm gonna tell you something. They appreciate that. They appreciate that. I've heard so many times subcontractors say, I don't want to give y'all a quote because I give y'all a quote, I work hard on it, and then I don't hear nothing back from nobody, and I'm sitting there wondering. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Well, I don't do that. I actually follow up with you guys, regardless of whether we win or we lose. Okay. So those are the things I recommend. Now, of course, there are so many more things you could do after you submit a proposal. But if you want to learn more of that, you can always, message me, join my community, and we'll talk about that. So now is the time I'm going to go ahead and take questions. Um, Probably about 5 or 6 more minutes. So if you have a question, go ahead and drop it in the comments. I'm gonna start off with TikTok. Y'all know TikTok, I start all the way from the beginning. So if you got a question, don't leave. I'm gonna get to your questions. I just start from the top. And if you're on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, you can go ahead and drop your question in the comments and I will get to you there. Okay. All right, so let's see. The Ivy. Yes, yes, yes. You got that answer right. Eugenio says your contractors need to be informed as well. Look, I ain't even say that when he said that. He see me and Eugenio, we here because he said that way before I mentioned that. So Eugenio, you doing the right thing. You doing the right thing. I like that. All right, let's move through the comments, questions. Let's see. What's going on, Craig? Let's see. Y'all know this AI thing is in the comments? That's so weird. Eugenio says, do you ever get an LOI from the sub when you get their quotes? Great question. Great question. A LOI. So that's of insurance L. We call it, what do we call it? Is it LOI? It's called, I forgot what it's called, but that's insurance, right? The insurance. Yeah, letter of intent. What's the insurance certificate? COI, certificate of insurance. Okay, well, no, I never got a letter of intent from, yeah, COI. That's what it's called. That's what I was mixing up with. But that's a great question. So, do I get a letter of intent from my subcontractor? Meaning, wait, you said, do you ever get an from them? So, do I get an LOI from them? No, I don't. I don't, and they don't get one from me because one, I'm not guaranteed to win. I don't give anybody any guarantees because I'm not sure if I'm going to win or not. And I've heard, now I don't want to scare y'all off, but I've heard, I can't remember who I heard it from. I think it was a student from somebody else's program where they got a quote, and somehow, some way, I don't know if it was through a service agreement or something they said, they did not win the proposal, but the subcontractor was going to hold them liable. The subcontractor was going to hold them liable for the work still being completed. And I'm like, that makes no sense. This is a quote. I don't know if they signed a service agreement. I don't know what happened, but I know that they somehow got themselves into a situation where the subcontractor was like, well, we gave you the quote. You said we gonna do the work, so you gotta pay us. And who gonna do that? Nobody's gonna do that. So do I give them a letter of intent? No, because like I said, the way I talk to my subcontractors, I build a rapport to let them know, hey, this is how it works. You're going to bid on this. I am going to submit the bid. They may or may not pick us. I'm not sure, but if they do, then I'll let you know. And if not, I'll also let you know. I don't want to give any type of intention where they can take that and be like, well, you said we was going to work together, so you going to owe me money either whether I do the work or not. I'm not doing that. And I don't get it from them either because I don't know if we win. And I don't even know if I'm going to use you. I may have gotten 3 other quotes. Who says I'm going to use you? I got your quote, yes, but I don't know if I'm going to use you yet. I'm going to go with the lowest quote anyway. That might not be you. So no, I don't give a LOI. Do you? Do you give a LOI, Eugenio? Your name is Your. I love it. Your says, I'm waiting on my application to be approved. What application, Your? What application are you referring to? Are you talking about the application for signing up for SAM.gov? I guess you can call it an application. Let me know what application you're talking about. You said potentially, you potentially might not. I don't feel like you have to. I don't feel like you have to. It's, I don't know what that was. I hope, I don't know what happened right there. So if somebody joins the live, I will remove you because I didn't mean to press anything. Um, but I don't think you have to. I don't think you actually have to do that. Okay. Okay, well, everybody give your hand clap. They just finished and submitted their what I submitted their they registered on sam.gov. Great step. I'm glad you found me. Make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button so you can get more information, okay? So that is great. Yo Z, yo what, yo Wiz, yo Wiz. Just downloaded the free setup book. Oh, you just downloaded my free ebook. I'm so happy, guys. If you want to get kind of get some more information, you can always download my free ebook, okay? Guys, any more questions? Thank you so much, yo Wiz. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but thank you so much. You too. What's going on? What's happening? Y'all ain't got no questions? I must have given so much good information. You have absolutely nothing to say. I mean, dang. I know I'm good, but I ain't know I was that good. But okay, if y'all ain't got no further questions, let me tell you something. Y'all, I am hosting a free masterclass, not masterclass, a free webinar this Saturday. If you're just it will be perfect for you to get into. Free masterclass Saturday. If you are looking to get into government contracts and trying to figure out how it works, become a federal concierge, because y'all know I call myself a federal concierge. If you're trying to become a federal concierge and you want to see how it works, you don't know if you really belong in this field. Let me tell you something. You are wrong. Everybody belongs in this field. Why? Because it's stupid easy. Not saying you stupid, not saying you easy. What I'm saying is the process is stupid easy because all you have to do is find a solicitation and get a quote, make a call, and submit a proposal. That's it. That's all you have to do. If you feel like this is not up your alley, you can't do this, you don't have the experience, you don't have the government connect, guess what? You don't need it. And on Saturday, I'm going to show you exactly how you can go about claiming your next government contract because you know that you guys are owed a government contract, right? The government sets aside a budget for total small businesses to gain federal contracts. And if you're not claiming them, I'm going to claim them. But I'm trying to show you that you can claim them. So if you're free Saturday, 6 p.m. Central Time. Y'all, I'm always Central Time. So if y'all jump on my lines and be like, where you at? I saw you do that, Julian. Where you at? I am Central Time. Central Time. So Eastern, Pacific, whatever, y'all got to be on my time, okay? Go to the link in the bio or go to the proposalproacademy.com. As you guys can see, it's scrolling on the screen, proposalproacademy.com, and go register for the free webinar Saturday at 6 p.m. Standard Time. All right. Well, if no one else has questions, okay. Central in the house. Hey, 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 hey. Central in the house. Also, just as Yo Wiz did, you can go ahead and download my free ebook as well. You can go to the link in my bio and get that as well. But make sure you go ahead and come see me Saturday at this webinar. So with that being said, we're going to play this out as we go out. This is my theme song, y'all. Submit win. I hope y'all can hear it great. But thank y'all for joining me so much tonight. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Make sure you join me tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central Time, as I will be back giving out more information. Make sure you share the live, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. Come back tomorrow night. Win. Proposal Pro Academy. Remember the name. Train, submit, win, y'all. That's all you have to do. 400,000 businesses registered and waiting, only 3 bids average. Somebody's hesitating. Not you, I hope. I hope you're not hesitating, because we don't hesitate over here. Y'all ready to get the federal dollars? In order to win, you have to submit. In order to win, you have to submit, okay? Proposal Pro Academy can get you there. But don't forget to register for the webinar. Small business can compete at the top. Remember, tomorrow, 8 p.m. I don't know why I can't remember that. 8 p.m. Central Time, I will be back tomorrow, okay, guys? I feel like I want to get up and dance, but it's too much stuff around me. Train, submit, win. Proposal Pro Academy. Remember that name. Who it is? Hey. Okay, y'all, don't laugh at me, because I can't dance in the chair, and I don't want to get up and get ratchet. So, I just got to do the cute. PPA teach you everything. Yes, on TikTok. Oh, the webinar is on Zoom. But I will be on TikTok during the webinar, but you won't be able to hear anything. So if you want to get into the webinar, go to the link in my bio, go register for the webinar. And guys, make sure y'all check y'all stuff. Okay, guys? That's it, baby. I'm out. Have a good night, y'all. I will see you tomorrow. All right, guys, I'm out. Thank you, my one person watching me on YouTube. I appreciate that. I don't know why you don't ask no questions, but it's all good. Next time, maybe you'll ask a question. So y'all have a good night. Bye.